Can you take us inside, that night, tear the Achilles? You were able to get the surgery very quickly. Obviously, Dr. O'Malley. What was that process like over those couple of days, and what did you kind of learn about the outlook for your recovery and, the kind of procedure he was able to do?
It was a traumatic day. From the moment that I went down to the, leading days after that. It was a lot. Something I remember very vividly. It just all kind of happened so fast. What you expect, I was focusing on trying to win another championship, and then, the next day you in surgery and you got this big ass splint on your foot. So it all just kind of happened so fast, and it was tough to process in that moment for sure.
Feel pressure? Are you worried about this season? Do you feel the pressure of trying to return as soon as possible?
No. No pressure. I've stated that. There's no pressure to return back any sooner than, when I'm 100% healthy. No pressure from Brad, Joe, the team, the organization. The most important thing is that I'm 100% recovered and healthy whenever I do come back.
Jayson, hi. Managing, that mentality. It was pretty cool to hear you share that you're on that group chat with DeJounte, Dame, and Tyrese. Has there been any kind of advice or feedback that you've gotten from that group chat that's really stuck with you and helped you to get to the place you are currently?
I think the silver lining in the relationship that we have, or I have with those guys, is we all truly understand what each other is going through. Different stages in our career, different ages, but we all can put ourselves in each other's shoes, and I think the cool part is the brotherhood part of the NBA and those conversations of truly rooting for one another and wanting each other to overcome what we all are dealing with. And I think that's special. You're not always in that situation, especially with guys from different teams. But it's like, we all understand each other and what each person is going through, and truly want the best for each guy.
Jayson, you said you want to come back in front of the home fans. Do you personally, either like any specific game or opponent that you want to play when you come back?
I don't care who we play. It's going to be a home game.
Jayson, with your recovery to this point, obviously you were back on the court for the first time last week. Are you, as of right now, like where you want to be in your recovery timeline goal, and how's just the process gone for you so far?
Yeah, I'm in a really good spot. It'll be 5 months tomorrow, so how has it been? It's been long. It's been a long journey. It's tough to answer that question in 45 seconds, but I think for me there's been bright spots, and getting back on the court and being able to participate in a basketball workout was definitely one of the more bright spots of this journey. It just felt really good to be on the court and dribbling the basketball, going through a workout, just feeling like a basketball player again.
Jayson, this is something that you haven't done before, going into this training camp, really focusing on yourself. How are you approaching the rest of the group, and what are you seeing your role as with this new team that has so many new faces?
I don't have a specific answer. This is new. This is, I'm figuring it out as I go. Still very much a part of the team, being at practice and at the games and things like that. Obviously, you won't be able to participate during practice. So, that's going to be tough. But just, being integrated and being around as much as I can, still while, rehabbing and getting myself right.
You've talked a bit about how the first couple weeks were so emotionally difficult, and then now it seems like your outlook is like you're feeling physically stronger and back on the court and all of that. Was there a turning point in your recovery where you felt like mentally something shifted, whether it was a milestone or just like something that you realized that kind of made mentally things go easier?
Yes, there's not like one specific one. There's just like different phases of it. And I think, the toughest part was at the beginning, just kind of being in disbelief. And you really for me, I had to accept it. I think at the moment I accepted that this happened and this was going to be a part of my life and my journey, I started to see a turning point. But then, you're on crutches and you have a scooter and a boot and, then you drop one crutch and then you drop both crutches. And I think at that point, things that you take for granted, you walking around and my hands were free. That made me feel a little bit more normal. Getting out of the boot made all the difference. Then your weightlifting workouts start to feel a lot more normal. The last week I've been on the court, but now it's a tough spot to be in because the team is practicing tomorrow and I won't be able to be out there. So I'm certain that when the season starts and I'm not out there, that'll be mentally challenging. But you just try to look for bright days and when you can get them.
Jayson, on day 25 after the injury, you tweeted it's getting a little easier. Day 45, you said it was BS. Today's day 140. What is today's tweet?
That's a good question. I think today is cool. Being in my 9th media day, it's my 9th year in the league. It's a lot of things to be proud of and excited about. I think tomorrow will be tough, when practice starts and I won't be able to be out there. So I would say it's like this process is a lot of that. Like, some days are just better than others. And you just got to be able to balance that.